Welcome back to the Chaos. I am ChaosEclipse. Today we are going to be looking at ESO again. I am actually on my main quote-unquote character. So this guy is level 604 champion, down in the bottom right. And I actually have other champion points that I never even put into. I'm still not going to get into champion points, but the main reason that I'm on this character is because I want to show you guys a couple of things. So first of all, if we come over here to our woodworking, we're going to look at our research here. You guys can see that I have almost everything researched. I still need Nern honed on this. There's going to be a few missing here and there, but for the most part I do have all of them. But this was like years of progress. The game's been out for 10 years, so you can imagine how long all of this took. So I'm sure I'm missing, yeah, I'll say I'm sure I'm missing more than just the one. And look at that, we can actually research that right now, so let's go ahead and do that. Oh no, rattle cage. Alright, whatever. That is actually a really good set piece that I used to use. Okay. And then what is that? That's blacksmithing, so let's check our clothing. Okay. And then I think my mount is maxed out. Let's go check though. So if you look here at the mount, you can see that it has like saddlebags and everything else on it. That is stuff that you will get as you're playing the game along. But I don't know if we're completely maxed out or not. Let's go take a look. I don't even think I ever got the continuous assault with this guy. So like all this speed is just his normal speed if I'm not mistaken. Let's take a look at that real quick. Skills, go down to assault. Yeah, I never even did it. Look at that. Granted, I don't have any skill points right now, but that's something I could still put into, and this is probably going as fast as my other character, the one that I just started. Alright, let's take a look here. Come on, I hit X on you. Yeah, so this is all capped out, so I get 60 extra slots in my actual bag. I get 60 extra stamina, and I get 60 extra speed. You can see there at the top the amount of gold that I have, 220,000. That's actually not that much. A lot of the stuff is going to start costing you in the game if you're actually looking into buying things. It's not always the case though. I mean, technically you don't have to buy anything, but a lot of it does help. So one of the main things that I want to talk about is your provisioning. I haven't went over it at all. I mean, we went over like crafting and stuff, but provisioning is your cooking skill. We're going to take a look at the skill line, and we're going to take a look at some recipes here that I can make. So we're going to go into the Flaming Nyx. We are in Deshawn, Mournhold. So here's Deshawn, Mournhold is there in the center, and this is of course over in this area. As you can see, I have just about everything uncovered here. I still haven't done a lot of different areas, like the newer areas and stuff like that, but like let's take a look here. Yeah, see, like I don't even have that one completed. I didn't do the world boss here. This is probably the area I was working on, honestly, because there's a couple things here that haven't been discovered, or not discovered, but just completed. So, but let's come over here. Oh, not this way. I forgot that this place is down in the basement. Also, let's get rid of our, this is one of the very first companions that you get if you just play through the storyline. I don't like her. She hates basically everything. I'm trying to figure out how the hell to get rid of her. If I can remember my buttons here. There we go. Where's she at? There she is. Let's get rid of you. Come on, you can leave. There you go. Okay. Don't pay attention to the stuff that's going on around me. That's more advanced skills we'll get into later on. So here's the cooking or provisioning. If you look at fillet, this is just a fillet fish. If you do any type of fishing in the game, you can come in here, you can fillet fish. I don't know why they have it here, honestly, because you can actually just go to the fish itself in your inventory and you'll hit use on it and it'll still fillet it. So unless that's cooking it, I don't know. Anyway, if you go to creation, you can see here, these are all of the stuff that I can currently create. It tells you how many of each I can create, so I can make 181 of these sensual curry fish and rice. You'll see on there on the right what it does. It increases my maximum health by 3,221 for 35 seconds, and it scales from level 30 to 34. So you don't have to be level 30 to 34 to use it. Well, I take that back. I think you do have to be at least a minimum of level 30 to use it, but you don't have to, like if I still wanted to use this at my level, I can. Like I can be a higher level, but you have to be a minimum of level 30, I believe, to create it, and a minimum of level 30 to use it. Someone let me know if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. But if you keep looking all the way down here, bear with me. We will get into ones that are purple, and I don't remember if I have any yellow ones. So here's some blue ones. You can see there, these ones are level 45. You can see what they do for you. This is why I'm telling you guys to level up your provisioning. As you can see, mine is maxed out down in the bottom right. Level 50 is the max level. Does that mean that I have every single recipe in the game? No. Recipes don't come with your levels. It just allows you to craft them once you find the recipe. There's multiple ways of finding these recipes. You can either buy them from guild traders, you can find them in dungeons, you can complete quests for them. There is a lot of different things to do for these. So if you're looking for a specific one, if you know it exists, I would say Google it. It'll tell you the best place to find it. But here's some purple ones, and you can see like this one here. That is a CP level 150, so that one's actually really good. It's almost like one of the tried things that you'll get from the Crown store. This increases your max health by 4,462, max magicka and stamina by 4,105, and that lasts for 2 hours. I can make 24 of these guys, 24 of those. That is actually a really good item. And then you can see down here we do have some of the gold ones. So I believe this Bewitched Sugar Skull, I believe that this was a Halloween thing. I think you can still get it even though it's not Halloween, but as you can see, it is a tiny bit better than the purple one that we just looked at. Well, actually, I guess, sorry, this one is for recovery as well, because this one does health recovery as well. The other one didn't do health recovery. But as far as the max health and max stamina and magicka, the stats are very similar. Like, I think it's maybe 100 points off. But yeah, so make sure that you guys are going around, you're looking for the different recipes and everything. What I like to do, you don't have to do this, once again, as I've always said. What I like to do is every time I see a chef, I will go up to the chef, I'll talk with him, I'll go to the store, and I will come down through here and I will buy any recipes that I don't have. And if you're curious to find out how you know if you have the recipe, you can see this one here. It's called Recipe Alakir Beets with goat cheese. If you scroll down on the right side, you'll see at the bottom there, right above the 9 gold, it says Recipe Already Known. So just hold down with your right stick so that it's automatically scrolling down, and just scroll through these. It'll automatically scroll to the bottom for you, and you'll be able to see if you have them all. Now, all of these I know I do have. For the most part, I think they're only going to give you basically green ones. The purple ones and gold ones, usually you have to work for those. Like I said, you'll find them in quests, dungeons, you can get them from guild traders, it just depends. The other thing I want to go over, I could have swore I had it on this character, but I didn't see it in there. So the very first column here is food. We also have drinks in here. Actually, it might be a purple one. You'll see what I'm looking for once I find it. But anyway, so this first one is food. Normally these are for like max health, max magic, max stamina. Drinks are usually recovery items or instant items. What I mean by instant is like they're kind of like heals. But for the most part, I believe they're recovery. I think there's maybe one that's an instant one. Maybe not, because I'm not seeing any of these all look like recovery. I might be thinking, yeah, okay, so these are all recovery. I'm thinking of alchemy. Alchemy is your, they're like actual potions. So these are just recovery ones. There are different levels of these as well. Like I said, blue, purple, yellow. I don't know if I have any yellow ones with recovery. I do have some purple ones here. Okay, I do have some purple ones, and it is here. So this is what I was looking for. It's called Sigic Ambrosia. It says you gain 50% experience points bonuses from all sources for 30 minutes. Now these don't stack, so you can't, like right now I have 3 of them. You can't drink 3 of them and it'll give you an hour and a half. You have to drink one, unless they change that. I could be wrong. I haven't played in a few years, so if I'm wrong, somebody scream at me in the comments section. But this is 50% for 30 minutes. So basically, if you plan on going into a dungeon or something like that, something you think is going to take you 30 minutes or so, drink one. As soon as it runs out, drink another one if you're still going. This is to level up faster. It will level your main character. It'll level skill lines. It'll level basically everything. You can see there it does pause the timer when you're offline, but I wouldn't drink more than you want, more than you have to, just because. These are kind of expensive to make. You can see there on the bottom it costs 1 Frost Mirian, 1 Bearvez juice, and 1 Perfect Row. I would say Perfect Row is probably the hardest thing to get. It's basically like fish eggs, and as far as I know, that's, well, kind of the only way to get them is from fishing. So you'll fish, you'll fillet a fish, and you may or may not get a Perfect Row. It is extremely rare. From there, the only other way that I can think of is to buy them from the guild traders, but they're going to be extremely expensive because of how rare they are. So if you guys are looking to make money, you could technically farm those and then sell them. Now, I do think there are more potent Psijic Ambrosias out there by now, because I think there's a new potion I think that does like 100% and another one does 150. I'm not 100% sure on that, but like I said, I haven't played in a few years. This one was a pain in the butt to get. It had, I think it's like 9 fragments that you have to find, and just random. I mean, you can buy them from guild traders as always, but for the most part, if you're just looking to find them, they're random. You're going to find them in dungeons, you're going to find them out in the world, wherever, but it's 9 different fragments, and it'll tell you this is fragment part 1, this is fragment part 2. So it is possible to get, 3 fragment part 1s and not make any progress. I mean, you have to have fragment 1 through 9. You complete them all, like you put them together or whatever, and then you'll finally be able to make this. But even once you complete it, you still need all the materials for it. But yeah, so that is that. We do have some furnishings here that we can make, which I don't really care about any of this stuff. There was something else I wanted to talk to you guys about, which is why I got on this main character. Skills, yes. So, if we come in here, we take a look at our crafting. So, as you can see, the majority of these are maxed out. I will probably reset these. So let's take a look at blacksmithing. So I would still always do the very first one. This is going to let you craft the maximum amount of, or not amount, but the maximum level of item. So you can see it says it allows to use rubidite ingots. Rubidite ingots is the thing that lets you craft up to CP level 150, 160. I think it's 150 that you can craft up to, and then you can find armor at 160. Let's take a look at blacksmithing in here. So blacksmithing, creation, we'll just leave it on axe because it doesn't matter. We're going to go all the way over to rubidite. Yeah, so this is, okay, you can craft 160. So when you first come over here, it's 160, and then you'll increase here, and you can craft 160 items. So 160 is the max amount, and then of course you do have your different styles. You have your different trades for whatever you decide to put on it. And then don't forget, you always have your enchanting where you can further advance, whatever's on it. But the main reason I wanted to take a look at this character with the skills here is because if you take a look here, I just want to suggest on this play how you go. Alchemy, you're going to get solvent perfection that you guys of the maximum level. That'll let you do max level of blacksmithing and so on. So tailoring for clothing, potency improvement for enchanting, engraver for jewel crafting, recipe improvement for provisioning, and woodworking for woodworking. The other thing I want to go over is the kenai. A lot of these have kenai. You don't really need it. It just makes it stand out in the world. So how we were running around and we saw like iron ore and stuff out in the world, it will kind of have a glow around it, and it'll just be easier for you to spot. But points. Kenai there, we spent 3 points. Another 3. Another 3. Another 3 there. Provisioning doesn't have one, and another 3 there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 times. That's 18 points, guys. 18 points that you don't have to put in here. You can put into, you know, one of your other skill trees or something like that if you guys decide to. As you can see, I don't have any points right now. I still have tons of sky shards out there that I can go get, so I still can get more points. Let's move away from these people. But that's 18 points that you don't have to put into there. So your hirelings, I talked about this, but it's up to you guys whether you do it or not. A hireling will send you even more blacksmithing materials and possibly other items every day. You have a greater chance at better quality materials. So the very first time you put a point into it, all he's going to do is send you just basic items. Just regular crafting stuff. You'll get iron or whatever your level's at. So right now, since we're past level 160, he'll be giving us rubedite. I think they have a chance of giving you other stuff, but you'll get up to rubedite. If you're not at 160, then he'll be giving, or if you're not even at 150, because that's where rubedite starts, then you'll get whatever's under there, and so on. Which we'll go over that in a minute, because obviously I haven't logged on this character in a while, so I should have some mail from all the hirelings. So you have hireling here, you have one in clothing, whatever. One in enchanting. Doesn't look like there's one in jewel crafting. There's not one in or wait, actually there is one in provisioning at the very bottom there, and then there's one in woodworking. So the only ones you don't have is jewel crafting and I think alchemy. Yeah. So keep that in mind. The other thing I want to talk about is, which we...
Did your invitation arrive?
She's going to get
Rub it
annoying.
in, why don't you?
Let's move over here where there's nobody at.
Me. Again.
The other thing I want to talk about is your, what's it called? Your, oh, I can't even think of it now. Extracting. So we talked about this before. Like I said, with extracting, this is going to help you to extract other materials, more materials. So when I break down a dagger or knife or anything like that, it's going to have the possibility of giving me better items upon breaking it down. So make sure that you guys max that out. This one here lets you reduce your research times, and it lets you research more at one time, so you can see. I do have this one maxed out, so that was 4 items at a time that I could be doing, and it's reduced by 25%. So that's crazy if you ask me. Granted, they still take a really long time. In fact, because our metalworking is so high, and we do have a lot research, let's go take a look at what one more would do, because I think we had one that was like the very last one. Did your invitation arrive? So you'll see what it maxes that they max out at.
You completed gear.
Let's go take a look.
Like, Taylor, you can perform for 10 hours and people will watch. Like...
Okay, here we go. Research. Yeah, so Nirnhone would be the last one here. If I decided to research this, oh, it's not going to tell me because I don't actually have a piece. So this one here, second to last, was taking 21 days. This is the one that we just did today. So I think the last one is going to be 30 days. But I could still technically research more items right now, even though we have that one going for the shoulders. Because like I said, I can do up to, actually I said 4, but at the top you can see it's 3. So it says researching 1 of 3. So we can do 3 items at a time. But like I said, it's also a reduced time. So then the very last thing I want to go over, not the last thing, is it the last thing? Last thing is when you're improving your items. I think this character has really good items that are probably already yellow. Why is my... It shows 2 daggers there. Oh, am I on my backhand right now? I am. Okay, so if you look here, this is the offhand. For my backhand, it is a purple item. And then if you look, never mind, these are all yellow. So this 7 for one piece, and then for the second piece, you gain minor berserk at all times, increasing your damage done by 5%. So that's a head and shoulders piece. That is what's called a 2-piece. I think, see, like, this is one of the ones I was checking out. But look, there's a Juliana set. You guys can see what that does. And then there's a Seducer set, which I think we looked at in the other one. This might be where I'm trying to get my 5th piece for the other one. Maybe I was still switching them out. So, where's that? This one, Rattle Cage set. Yeah, so maybe that was my 5th piece. Although I don't think you can put Rattle Cage on a weapon. I don't know. Like I said, I was experimenting. At least I think I was. I hope I was, because that doesn't look right. Anyway, so the tempers that I'm talking about is when you come in here and you go to improvement. We haven't talked about improvement before. Well, we scratched the surface of it. But if you go to improvement and you look, so we have Rattle Cage gauntlets, we have a couple green items, couple blue items, and you can go, if you look at the top right, where it says tempers chart, that is the chart, the way that it works. This is what we went over before. So on the left there, like still at the top right, but on the left side of that, it says normal. It tells you how much it's going to cost to get it up to fine. Well, actually, it doesn't tell you how much it's going to cost. It tells you how much you have. So we have 388 pieces to get it to fine. And then from fine, which is green, we can get it to superior, which is blue. And then from blue, we can get it to epic, which is purple. And then legendary, which is yellow. So if I wanted to take this item right here and I wanted to improve it, the way that you would do that is you just click on it and it'll tell you how much it's going to take. Now pay attention to the left side there where it says Superior Dwarven Oil 1. You can see that I have 318 of those. If I hit X on this, where on the bottom how it says 1, the chance of it improving to blue is only 37.5. So if I do it with one of them, it's only be 37.5. If I do it with 2 of them, it'll be a 75% chance. If I do it with 3, it'll be a 100% chance. So that's why I say that tempers are something that you're going to want, because right now, yes, we have 318 of those, but if you look at that very last one up there, the purple one, we only have 21. For you to get to 100% chance, you're going to have to use 8 of them. I could technically do 7. 87% chance is a pretty high number. But on that 23% chance that it doesn't work, I just lost 7 of those because it just won't go through. It'll still take the tempers from you, and you'll just miss out on the extra. Well, not extra, on the one that it would have cost you. So basically, you'd lose 7 instead of spending 1 more to make sure that it 100% goes through. It doesn't do too much, but it is still worth doing if you're looking at min-maxing. As you can see there on the left side for Rattle Cage gauntlets. You can see that it has, just look at the stats, armor 1338, the level's not going to change, but the enchantment even increases. So the enchantment for the one that we currently have at purple is 357 max health. Then we have invigorating, which is the trait, so that increases our health, magic, and stamina recovery by 14. And then you have the actual set stats there. If you look on the right side, everything increases. So the armor itself goes from 1338 to 1386. The enchantment goes from 357 to 386. The trait goes from 14 to 16, which might not seem much, but that 2 extra recovery, I promise you, will help. And then you have the set pieces there. So instead of the one piece,
Where you going?
it'll go from 1164 to 1206. The three piece, or I'm sorry, that was a two piece. The three piece will go from 124 to 129, four piece from 124 to 129, and the five piece from 165 to 171. So just make sure that you guys are, you know, breaking stuff down. So if we came in here, I don't think we have anything to break down. Oh, we do. We have a ton of stuff to break down. I wonder if I was holding on to these. You know what? I may have been holding on to these to give to a second character. Because they all have traits on them. So that is probably why I'm holding on to these items. Because anything that I wanted to keep, I have locked. So if you take a look at your inventory, I know we had one on hands, so that right there you can see it's not what we have on, or it is what we have on. Do I not have any other things? No, there's one somewhere. Maybe not. Interesting. Okay, well, normally you see how it has a little lock on there, a little lock symbol. If you hit triangle, you can go to lock and unlock. That'll just make sure that you don't break down the item. So that's why I had those on there. I have some companion items here that I could probably give to... Never mind, they're all crap. But yeah, so make sure that you guys are doing that. Make sure that you guys are breaking stuff down. If you need tempers right now, I probably only need the yellow tempers. So that's why with the skill line, make sure that you guys are getting that last one there. Alchemy and provisioning, these two are kind of the same. So you guys remember how I was telling you to make sure that you're doing your daily writs. So when you do your daily writs, I'm just going to pick one up. I'm not actually going to do it. So if we take a look at our provisioning one here, did not mean to do that. Journal, quests. Okay, so oops, provision writs that we just got right here. Nope, that is telling me to deliver, so that's probably from the other day. Interesting that it let me pick up another one. Wait, did it let me pick up another one? I don't think it did. Oh, you know what? No. Okay. Well, I kind of screwed myself over here. So basically what it did is it told me to make something. I didn't see what it was up in the top right. It usually tells you pretty quick, but the problem is that I've already been doing what I'm going to suggest you guys do. So with provisioning and alchemy, provisioning. So this one lets you do the max level recipes. This one is the quality of the recipe, up to yellow, so make sure you guys get that one. This one adds a 20-minute duration to your food. This one's 20 minutes to your drinks. This one here is the main one that I was thinking of. So it creates 3 extra servings for each food recipe made. So, well, that's for foods, and then you have your drinks here. Do the same thing. It'll let you do 3 of them. So let's go take a look at our crafting again real quick for the food, and I'll show you guys what I mean. We're gonna make so that I can actually point it out, because I know I don't have any small potions on me, or food on me, and I keep going in there. There is one that's immediately to the right in there. That's why I keep going that way. I think it's in Stone Falls. Alright, so if we come into creation, we'll go back over to food, and we're going to go to the very top, which is usually the smallest. It's not, but whatever. So this one here, this is the one that we talked about earlier. It increases your max health by 4460 for 35 minutes. It's called the Akavari Pork Fried Rice. So before we create it, let's go in our inventory. Let's look at our slottables, because it will pop up in our slottables. You can see here there is no Akvari thing in here. It is sorted by what's it called? Oh, can't even think of it. Jeez, 100,000 bounty. When did I get that? It's sorted alphabetically. You can see there's no Akbari thing in here at all. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make one of them. So if I come in here and watch the top right when I hit create, we're gonna hit square to create. It says we can make 100 of them. So I'm gonna hit square to create. Up in the top right. Hey, look at that. It made 4 of them. And we only use the materials to make 1. So we can still technically make another 99. So if we come back in our inventory, go to slottable, there's our new item. You can see that it did make 4 of them. So you guys are like, well, why is that such a big thing? Well, for one, if you're making something that is really expensive, like the ambrosia drink, I'm pretty sure it even works with this. The ambrosia drink, we can only make 3. It should make 4 of them because we have that maxed out too. I'll go ahead and spend it because, hey, why not, right? So we're going to go ahead and craft 1 of them. I'm going to hit square. Up in the top right. Hey, look at that. It made 4 of them. We can still make 2 more. So that's one reason why you guys want to do that. Because things that are going to be very expensive to craft, you'll be able to craft multiple of them. The other thing is with the rig, because this part's going to be a little harder to explain, so hopefully you guys understand this. Let's say that when we were getting the provisioning writ, that it wanted us to make the same thing that we just did. It wanted us to make 1 of the Akbari pork fried rice that we did. This here. It probably only wanted us to make 1. Let's just say that that's the quest that we got when we picked it up for the provisioning writ. So you pick it up, it creates 4 of them. So now when you turn it in, it's only going to take 1 of them. You have 3 extra ones in your inventory. Hold on to those 3 extra ones. Don't just sell them. Unless you need the space, then go ahead and do it. But hold on to those 3 other ones, because I promise you, if that recipe came up once, it's going to come up again. So whether it's tomorrow, the next day when you do the writ again, it'll be the same exact thing again. That's why when I did pick up the provisioning writ, it already tells me to go and turn it in. I didn't have to go and waste time crafting anything. I literally already had it in my inventory. So instead of needing to go and craft anything, now I can go and I can turn in that item. So we can go out here, and I'm on the other side, so we're gonna have to run to the left, but I will show you. Actually, no, it's right here. So this is the provisioning one right here that we already did. Like I said, I didn't craft anything. I only crafted the 1 item that I was showing you guys. So if we hit X here, you can see we're going to place the goods in there. And look at that. We completed it just from picking up the quest and already having it on us. So now we can go to our inventory. We can look at our supplies. Do I already have these? I guess so. And we can open our provisioning pack. So open that up. And look at that. We got 2 Bearvez juice. The stuff that I told you kind of hard to get. We got 4 Frost Miriam, also that was hard to get. We didn't get any perfect row. That would have been actually pretty cool if we would have got all 3 items. But look at that, we got 2 of those, 4 of those, and that is because our provisioning is maxed out. That's why at the top there it says Provisioners Pack 7, because the higher level you are, the higher the writs you're gonna have to work with or whatever. So jewel craft because I don't want to waste that, and I'll just say it's probably the same in there. So didn't open those because of these, which are master writs. I think there's legendary writs that you can get too. When you complete these ones are a little bit harder. You can see here it says consume to start quest, but it wants us to craft a rubedite sword, and it's very specific. So first of all, it's a rubedite sword. The quality it wants is epic, so it has to be a purple sword. On top of that, they want a trait on their Nirnhoned. We don't have Nirnhoned, that's probably why I'm holding on to this one. And then you also have to do a specific set. So those set bonuses that we talked about, this one has to be Vastiri's Tuteleg. I think that's how you say that. I don't even know what that is. And then the style has to be Night Hollow. Night Hollow, I believe, was a Halloween thing, but I think you can still get those as well. And then the reward's going to be 62 RIT vouchers. And you guys are like, well, what's the point of RIT vouchers? Well, if we take a look at these two NPCs here, you can see one has Achievement Mediator. This one says Mastercraft Mediator. You're going to click on the Mastercraft guy here.
Most clients
Go
don't
to
like
his store, and you can see the things in here cost RITs to buy. So if I wanted to do a glass style motif, it's going to cost me 180 RITs. Right now I only have 20, and look at that. Maybe that's where I got the storage chest that's in my house, and this is probably also where I got the stations that I bought before. So look at that, free stuff, free stuff. You just have to craft. Play the game, guys. Just play the game. Oh, look at that. And there is one of those, one of the other ambrosias that I was talking about. So it looks like you have, it'll give you 100 experience instead of just a 50 that the one I just made gives you. And it looks like it only costs, oh, so you still have to make a Sigic Ambrosia. That's crazy. So you have to make a Sigic Ambrosia, and you have to make a diminished ethereal dust. I don't know if that's an item you make or one you find. But yeah, so see here that you can research scroll that reduces in progress clothing research timer by 1 day. So that one that's sitting in the blacksmithing for, what is it, 21 days? Technically right now I could buy, let's see, 3 times 5 would be 15, 6 would be 18. So I could buy 6 of these and I could reduce it for 6 days. Not that I'm going to do that, but you can do that. You can see there it does have a 20-hour cooldown though, but it would still technically work out. So if I'm using 6 days, I'll just use one every day, and then by the time it's done, I'll still be at a lower amount of days. But yeah, so make sure, like I said, that you guys are doing this stuff. There is your diminished ethereal dust. So it costs 50 RITs for you to even get it. So yeah, and then last but not least, let's take a look at what our hirelings brought us. So before we go and take a look, we'll look in here one last time. You can see the alchemy does not have the hireling. So I mentioned that about the provisioning, about doing the multiple food and drinks. The alchemy works the same way. Not that one. That one just lets your potions last 30 minutes long, or 30% longer. This one here. So it's called chemistry. It produces 3 extra potions, or 12 extra poisons. I don't use poisons, so. But it produces 3 extra potions. So when you're using it, alchemy lets you only use 3 in general. So you use 1 water and then 2 reagents. This one will allow you to craft higher ones because this one will let you water and 3 reagents. So make sure that you guys unlock that as soon as you can as well. But other than that, let's take a look at our hirelings. So we have a blacksmith hireling, we have a clothing hireling, we do have an enchanting one. There is not a jewel crafting one. There is a provisioning one, and there is a woodworking. So we should get.
Come, do your trading here.
Sorry, yeah, that took me a minute. So there's 7 here. 2 of them don't have it, so we should get 5 different emails, or not? Yeah, emails, mail, whatever. The way that this works is you're not going to get the mail if you don't log on for the day. So if you guys just want to log on just to get your mail, make sure you do that. Go to social, you're going to go down to mail, and you can see here, it tells you where it comes from. So this one here is your, yeah, this is your hireling. So it looks like they're giving us some, I don't even know what that stuff is. We're just going to hit, or here, we're going to hit R3. So we're getting Moonstone and Raw Ancestor Silk. The Moonstone is a crafting style. The Raw Ancestor Silk is what you use to make light armor from 150 to 160. So we're going to hit X to take attachments. Those are gone. So we're going to come in and we're going to delete that one. And then here, Looks like we're getting just some seasonings because this is for our provisioning. We're gonna do the same thing, take attachments, hit square, delete it. And then you can see here for our blacksmithing, we're actually getting quite a bit of stuff. The two in the middle on the far right side, the little black ink looking thing, and the one to the left of it, those are both tempers. I believe that's green and blue tempers. So if we do view attachments, yeah, so there's a green temper and there's a blue temper. Like I said, another reason to do this. These two are crafting styles. Actually, no, this is a crafting style. This is for a trait. And then the last one is the actual ore in order to create the 1 to 50, 1 to 60. So we're going to take all of those. We're going to delete that. Here you have your runes for enchanting, which they don't look rare. We'll take a look at them. Actually, the purple one, I guess, is kind of rare. But there you go. Hit X on that. Take that. Go ahead and delete those. And then here we have materials for woodworking. The middle one there is a temper. It is a blue temper. This one's a trait, and then this one is to craft the actual items. So we're going to take those and then delete it. So I only had those, even though I've had this character the entire time, because I have not logged on to this character. But if you're logging on daily, you will get stuff from your hirelings daily. So free materials, it's less stuff that you have to pick up in the world, or more if you want to keep picking up stuff out in the world. That way you're not running out of supplies. Like I said, for the legendary blacksmithing, I only had 21 of those items. So just keep that in mind, because obviously you're going to need more than just 21. Sorry, I almost died. I was coughing. But yeah, so make sure that you guys are doing that stuff. I just wanted to touch up on that. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know down in the comment section. There is other things that I can go over with this character. I won't be doing any combat with this character, so I'm still going to wait on the Cyrodiil and the Imperial City until we get our other character up. The main reason is because I don't remember how this character handles. It is a stamina based character as far as I remember, unless I changed it. No, it is magic. Interesting. Impale, cycling strikes. Wow, I have one that I use health with. That's dumb. Magic. Interesting. Do I have... I do. So here's the werewolf skill line, if you guys are interested in that. I thought this character was stamina. Maybe that's why I still have this. Normally, if you're a stamina character, you want to go with the werewolf. If you are a magic character, you'll probably want to go with the vampire. Vampires usually work off of magic. The werewolves work off of stamina. It's not always the case. Just depends, like I said before, on how you want to build your character. But it is pretty cool to be able to turn into a werewolf. I don't know if I have... I'm hitting the wrong button there. That's also the wrong button. Here we go. Okay, so I don't think I have the werewolf thing equipped right now. I was going to show you guys the transformation, but I'm pretty sure that it's neither one of these. So that's Soul Strike, and then the backhand is Soul Tether. Yeah, so I don't have it equipped. I don't even think I had it learned, did I? I do have it learned. Here, let me show you guys real quick if it'll let me. Do I have enough? I don't. So let's go and use it real quick. But yeah, like I said, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, put it down in the comments section. Let me know what you guys think of the gameplay so far. Also, do me a favor, hit the like and subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate that. It would mean the world to me. You guys can also hit the notification bell icon. It will let you guys know every time I post a new video, every time I go live. So just keep that in mind. I didn't even do any special attacks, I just did normal attacks on them. I also have auto loot set up because I just hit X on them and it didn't pull up a box or anything. Come on, where's more enemies? gotta be it. Like, I could have swore there was like a town near here. This is what I was talking about, the glow that comes off of this stuff. So like if I wouldn't have had the whatever the wood one is called, the keen eye wood, if I wouldn't have had that, I would have probably just ran past this. But I also wasn't looking for it, so it just depends on, like I said, on how good you guys can spot stuff. If you think you're going to be able to spot it without it, then don't do it. There's also one up there, but you have to be so close. It just depends, guys. So look at that. I would never have seen this. Like, to me, it's just blending in too well. But it, like I said, it'll save you guys points to not pick these up, or to not slot those. It just depends on you guys. Some more wood. Where are we? Camp up this way. If you guys are having trouble with the plant one, like that, I would say go ahead and get the one for the plants. I think that's the alchemy one. Because the alchemy one does come in handy. Like that there, never would have seen that. These ones usually stand out on their own, the rune stones, so I wouldn't say to worry too much about those. Do I even have the Sigil Quarter skill line with this person? I do. I just never did anything at all with it. Alright, what is this place? Okay, there should be enemies in here. Let's go kill some enemies and you guys can watch the werewolf transformation. It's not amazing, but I think it's pretty cool. Like, just being able to turn into a werewolf, period. Alright, and then now that you guys are actually seeing this, like the auto-looting down on the bottom left, you can see the items that I get. So watch when I kill him, if anything drops, you can see I got experience for that one. And experience for that one. Let's see if we can get an item. Just keep watching the bottom left there. No, more experience. There you go. You can see I got a soul gem out of that. So, the soul gem is the item that I got, and I did it just for killing the enemy. It automatically gave it to me. So now that you guys see that I'm getting those items, actually sorry, the soul gem I think is just filling up the scrib jelly there that you guys see. Anyway, now that you guys see where the items pop up once you kill something when you have auto loot on, I will probably do that with the other character. The only reason I didn't have it yet is because we're low on bag space, and I didn't want to just auto loot. I wanted to see the actual items that I was getting. But this will help speed things up in future videos, so I'll go ahead and turn that on my other character. So now we do have our ultimate here that we can use. So I'm going to hit R1 and R1. And you can see here, I'm now a werewolf. And you have attacks with the werewolf. There is heals and stuff. There's actual abilities and everything. I just don't have anything slotted. Just because, what's it called? Because I already used up all my skill points. And then there, when I kill an enemy, you can see I can use Devour. That's a passive. You hit triangle and circle, and it heals you while you're eating. You just eat the dead bodies that you killed. I don't think it'll work on these small ones here. Oh, it will. Look at that. Die. What are you trying to hit you? That's weird. Okay. And then you can devour that one. And I think it'll work for the other one too. Yep. So that's a heal that you can use. Obviously, if you're fighting against other players or whatever, it is going to, they can stun you out of it. You can see down on the bottom left, you have a bar that's going there. That bar is your werewolf timer. You can only be in this one for so long, but every time you devour something, it is going to reset that. Well, not reset it, but it will give you some of that back, so you basically have to like kill a bunch of things back to back. I don't think we're going to be able to make it, but I think that's that. Make it. So that's right, because now we can do our normal skills and we can go back to killing. But yeah, so like I said, it just depends. The werewolf skill ability is, like I said, stamina based. It does help with a lot of stamina stuff as well as equipped. and it should give you more stamina if I'm not mistaken. And then the vampire one works the same way except with magic. So vampire's a little bit more complex because you do have different levels of your vampirism. I think it's like 1 to 5 or something like that, or maybe 1 to 3. It depends on how often you're feeding, what you're feeding on, and things like that. I don't know too much about it because I've never done it myself. But yeah, just keep that in mind. How the hell do I get out of here? Get to it. Might have been there to the left. Maybe it's this one. Let's see. Yeah, it's this one. Just go invisible here. And this is what I was talking about by being able to stealth past everything. Because I have so much magic on this character, like I can pretty much stealth through this whole place. You can see there my recovery is decently high, so when I'm about to, you know, when it's about to unstealth, I'm still getting a little bit of magic back, so eventually I will run out, but it does help. So, like I said, that's it for this one. Do all those things that I said, you know, liking, subscribing, all that stuff. If you guys, like I said, have any questions about anything with the game, let me know. To the person that asked about Imperial City, I promise you I will end up going over that. You did bring up a good point that you're, you know, already doing it at a lower level. I'm not saying you can't do it at a lower level. You can definitely go into any of the PvP stuff at level 10 if I'm not mistaken. I don't think you can do it before level 10, but you can definitely do it at level 10. I'm just suggesting not to, because a lot of the stuff in there isn't really going to be worth it. I mean, unless you like PvP, then yeah, go for it. But the main reason that I'm saying that is because the stuff that you'll get in there, and I will go more about this, I'll go over more about it in detail. But the stuff that you're going to be getting in Cyrodiil, or in the Imperial City, it's all PvP based. To do with these vaults and everything like that. It's high-end gear. You can get it for your level, if I'm not mistaken. Like once you open those vaults and everything, you can get it at whatever level you're at. But with you being a lower level and you not being 160, your gear is still going to be rotating out anyway. So you might go in there, say if I went in with my other character, which I think is around level 20. If I went in there with that character, I got a level 20 item, and then I come out and I do some regular gameplay, and in like an hour, I'm level 25. So now that gear is kind of outdated, and it's not really worth it. So that's why I'm saying I don't do that until at least CP 160. I'll probably show you guys even before I get to 160, but I am going to wait until